Okay, people. So, what we got here? Got it all wired up. Everything's running nice. It hasn't touched the road yet. As you can see, the tyres are still dusty from factory. So, it hasn't touched the road yet. But motor's in, servo's in, ESC, cat pack. I'm running one single 4S in there at the moment. What I've done so far is, apart from putting all the electrics in, let's get that out of the way. I've changed the spur gear, which was a 34. I have now put a 39 tooth spur gear in there. So it's got the 39 tooth spool. And I'm running a 22 tooth pinion. So 22 tooth pinion, 39 spool. 22 tooth is the smallest I can fit with a 29. And you can hear there's a rattle in there, so that's perfect. Right, I want to go over some issues with the car. Sorry for my sniffling, got a bit of a cold, guys. But overall, I am well happy, super excited. These little issues haven't upset me in a way that's made me feel like I've been done over or ripped off or anything like that. But what Arrma does need to do is quality control check these rolling chassis before they come out. First thing I noticed, there was a screw hanging out the bottom. When I turned it up on its side, I was like, well, why is this screw just like almost barely in by the threads hanging out? So I thought, oh, probably a loose screw, whatever it is. I touched it and it just went straight up into the chassis. Let's see if I can get this on its side. So it went straight up into the chassis, guys. The screw, as you can see, is missing. There's one there and there's one there. And as you can see, I can see straight through the hole. So I was wondering why this screw was hanging out and it pushed straight in. I thought, that's not right. So it turns out, let's get this back on the stand. In here, as you can see, there's a little locking nut. Well, on this side, there's no locking nut. So whoever put this together didn't put the locking nut on properly, which is like one of these little locking nuts. I've just found this from somewhere else. As you can see, it's not new. I've just found that from somewhere else because I shook the car upside down. I checked the packaging. No locking nut. So that screw was just pushed in there. So Arrma, keep on top of that, man. You can't be having cars coming out with screws and nuts and bolts missing and stuff like that. That's not acceptable. But, it's an easy fix. Just, keep on top of quality control. And, yeah, another thing. You don't need to put Loctite on the motor mount, knowing full well that it's a roller chassis and everybody's going to undo these screws. Why they put Loctite in and Loctite this motor mount in, knowing full well you have to undo it when you're going to fit a new motor? So why they Loctite it and made it so difficult to undo these screws? I managed to get them undone with a bit of force. I had to actually put a wrench on my spanner to loosen it without stripping it out. There's no need for Loctite. I think most of us know we need to put Loctite, or stick a label, a sticker here saying put Loctite once motor fitted. You don't need to put Loctite on there. Do you know what I mean? You just made it difficult to take the motor mount off, and people are probably going to strip them out if they ain't got the right tools or good quality tools. So that was another issue I thought was really, could have been avoided. Another issue for Arrma. I'm hoping they're going to see this, or somebody has connections who talks to somebody from Arrma and can point them in the direction of this video. But another issue is your servo mount. The screws just literally are spinning. As I tighten it down, it didn't even feel like it went tight. The two outer ones are just spinning. The two inside ones tightened up. The two outer ones are just spinning. And it being plastic, well, there's not much else you can do really, is there? You can't actually change that to a metal mount because it's all in one piece. All this is one piece. So that's something Arrma, I think, need to look into, making sure we can actually screw that down the servo so it doesn't move without the screws spinning as you tighten it up. And in general, I went around the buggy and I'd say good 75% of the screws that I put the wrench in just to check they was all tight. Basically, I had to hand tight all of the screws more or less. If there's 4 screws here, maybe one was really tight. The rest turned a quarter turn, half a turn before I felt it tighten up. So whereas putting these buggies together, banging in all the screws, maybe with a drill real quick, and they're not going around and hand tightening the screws, guys. So I mean, underneath the chassis, almost every screw, I think maybe only 3 screws didn't turn. Every screw in underneath the chassis turned until I felt it tighten up. So, you know, that's something for you guys and for Arrma. Do you know what I mean? Like, some screws should be tight. There's no reason for it to be loose. But yeah, I had to go through and hand tight all the screws, you know. So that's something, you know, maybe you guys can have a look at, you know, making sure the cars come out factory, parts that don't need to be stripped down come tight. Do you know what I mean? And the only other real issue is the play in these wheels. Like, I don't understand that. You can feel them pulling backwards and forwards, and you know, that's just going to cause a lot of, you know, instability in the car. It's going to make the car very unstable, you know. Like, it's just too much play, too much. I mean, I'm not happy with all that play, guys. You know, it's quite a lot of play. You can see the servo arm's not moving, but everywhere else is moving. You know, and the more little movement in there, and it all adds up to a lot of movement in the wheels. That's not good. Especially the rear. I mean, come on, man. They shouldn't move that much. I know we need a bit of play, you know, so we don't grind the bearings or overheat the bearings, but I think that's too much play. I didn't have that much play in my Typhon, and I've changed to fast track metal hubs, and I've got wheel extensions, and even then I don't have that kind of play. So yeah, that's not something, you know, I'm too happy about, especially when you want us to drive these things over 100 miles an hour. Not like that. Definitely not like that. So, you know, to me, that's a cost that I have to do to keep my buggy, you know, running nice, because, you know, I'm going to have to put metal hubs in, which I'm going to go with hot racing. You know, that's my choice. I've gone with fast tracks hubs in there, you know, GPM I think they are. So I've gone with GPMs on that one. I'm going to go with hot racing on this one. And another thing as well, I haven't took the wheels off yet, but I mean, come on, look, you're sending the car out with the wheel nuts on back to front. There's a serrated edge that should be on the inside. As you guys can see, that's what it should look like, smooth on the outside. So they're even putting the nuts on backwards. So Arrma, you know, if you don't want all these other companies that think you're all talk and all the rest of it to, you know, pull you up on all these points, you know, it's easy fixes, guys, easy fixes. So yeah, Arrma, please do get that sorted. But apart from that, man, I absolutely love the buggy. I love the scale, I love the size, I love the look. It was so easy to put it together, to fit everything in. You know, I love the way it's all positioned. It's, you know, it's nice. I like it. It's well thought, you know, the thought that's gone into it, you know, you can tell from, you know, the way everything's been positioned and the way it feels. The shocks, you know, they got little bleed screws in there, so they have a little pinhole. You know, everything looks real good quality. Another little thing, it's a very minor, but yeah, this edge here, they weren't trimmed straight. I've just had a sandpaper on them to trim them straight, because they was pushing down on the lips and causing unnecessary gaps. The one side, you can see it's actually bent, you know, completely. Like, it's stayed in that position so long, it's staying bent now, you know, because that wasn't trimmed straight. Not a major issue, but high speeds, it's going to allow air underneath. I see a lot of holes everywhere in the back, so I'm wondering what screws into all these holes, and there's a lot of, you know, holes everywhere that looks like something may screw into it, so maybe Arrma's got something to come. But overall, man, everything looks solid, everything looks nice, you know. So I'm about to take it out now and see what it drives like. As you can see, I ain't trimmed anything down or anything like that. I've just basic setup, and we're going to run it. I am waiting on my batteries to come, because I'm going to run dual batteries. I'm not going to run single, so I want to keep the balance real nice in the car. Yeah, I've just got to try and get this fan fitted in, and that's it really. I can take it out for a run. But overall, I am super impressed. And I'd probably say the last little thing is yeah, how close this rear end gets to the rear wheels. It looks a bit too close for my liking. It would have been nice if you would have allowed some kind of a lip along here that we can velcro the body down to. I mean, there's nothing to velcro the body down to here, you know. You can put a little thin strip and hope it holds. But yeah, it would have been nice if there was some more of a flatter edge here, even just a little square block and a square block, you know, that you can stick velcro to and just tape the body down. But you know, not to worry, we'll find ways around it. Overall, I'm still happy with my purchase. Definitely money well spent, guys. Definitely, you know. And I'm looking forward to doing all my upgrades, because you know me, I like to make my stuff look real nice, you know, not just go fast. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing with this. We've got a lot of upgrades to do. We've got a lot of ideas, and yeah, you guys are going to like what's coming. So stay tuned, man. This is Birmingham GTRCs. We out here. We're doing the thing. We're representing. Let's just give you a quick little look at, as you can see. So going good for us. Yeah. There you go, guys. Yeah, we're running. Took me about, to be honest, the little messing around I was doing and checking screws over and replying to so many messages after uploading my first video and chatting with everyone. You know, it's took me probably about an hour and a half to get this all up and running. But, you know, once I get everything in place, and, you know, I'm going to be putting my stuff back on. I'm not trimming anything down yet. I want to get a feel for the car first before I do anything. I don't understand why some guys straight away to take this off, to take that off, to trim that down. Don't copy what other people do. Everybody's different. Everybody's using a different setup, different weights, different cambers, different ride heights, different oils and fluids. Drive your own car. See how your car feels on the road you're using it on and everything else. You know, there's so many variables to going fast. People just think you got to take everything off to go fast. There's guys doing the same speeds without trimming anything down. So guys, yeah, you know, you don't need to trim everything down just to go fast, especially when you're not doing 140 and 50 mile an hour. There isn't no need. You know, this car can do 100 mile an hour plus without trimming anything off. Just get your cambers right, your angles right, your ride height, everything, you know, and you'll do the speed with a decent motor in there. It's what the car's built to do. You know, the aerodynamics of the car, you know, Arrma has fought it all through, you know, and when you start hitting that 120, 130, then you could start trimming this down, I'd say, and you'd start to notice the difference a little then, you know what I mean? But until then, drive your car and enjoy it. So yeah, I only took these off just so I can get to the bolts and fit that bolt in. But yeah, guys, this is me. Wheelspin's hooked me up today. Big respect to Wheelspin. It's running, guys, it's running. It's running, it's ready for a nice little blast. But I'm not going to take it out today. I'm going to, because I've Loctite a bit here and there, so I want the Loctite to set, you know, so I'll leave that till tomorrow. I'll just sit here and enjoy its beauty, you know, and mess around with my controller and get the trimming and draw rates and get all that stuff set up. And then I'll have it out for a little test run, and I'll take you guys with me, and we'll see how she's getting on. Until then, Birmingham GT RCs. Well, what can I say? Wow, this thing is huge. It's massive, guys, man. It is massive, guys. I mean, I got my 1/18 scale A959B over there, and then you can see the size of the Limitless, and then my 1/8 scale Typhon, and that comes as a 1/7 scale Limitless. Man, that thing's long. With the nose cone and the rear spoiler, it's really long. Of course, the Typhon's been widened. My A959B got its spacers on. Say no more. You know me, guys. You know how I like to do my things. Yeah. Can't wait to get to work on this. I mean, let's get this up wheel to wheel. As you can see, if I get that one wheel to wheel, you can see there, look. 1/18 scale wheel to wheel. Man, it's still like 3 times as long. And wheel to wheel. just about reaches the front wheels. It's a big car. It's a big car. But of course, I mean, the Typhon being wider, of course, because I've put spacers on it. If I didn't put spacers on it, it'd be about the same width. Oh, you see, it's all up against the back there. Nice. Nice. And of course, electrics in. Electrics are in. Everything's in. Everything's running. The motor's knackered on this though, guys. I think I burnt out the stock motor. 92 mile an hour was the quickest I got in it on 6S. I haven't put that run out yet because it was so windy that day, and so the quality was really crap, and tried to redo it, you know, on a nicer day, and yeah, I think I burnt the motor out doing 3 runs back to back, and yeah, lost brakes when I was braking, and the next day I took it back out again, and when I hit the brakes it took forever to stop on the first run. So yeah, that motor, the magnets are gone on it. My A959B took a little tumble. It did, as you can see, the rear spoiler's gone and the weights on the front. One of my bearings blew out at 68 mile an hour, and I think one of the rear bearings, so I've got a whole new set of bearings and I've got a new motor to go in there. So and I'm waiting for a new chassis as well. I've got the carbon chassis coming, so you're going to see Mark II of the A959B with the A979 body shell. I may go back to the A959B body shell, but you're going to see Mark II of that one. And this one, well, basically it's kind of been bullied a bit by this one. It's kind of took its motor and ESC, you know, so I don't think he minds too much, you know what I mean. He's had fun with it, with his own setup here. So I'm just gonna warm this motor and ESC up, and then that'll go in there, and this will get a whole new motor and ESC setup. But yeah, so this is just to get this out, have a little run, see how it feels, get a little drive, and so I know what to do and where I should upgrade, and you know what gearings work and all the rest of it. So yeah, guys, this is basically it's been a nice day. Everything went well, and yeah, I'm ready to go and hit the streets, man. Tear it up some more. You know how we do it. Birmingham GT RCs representing. Yeah, Popo, you can't catch me. Yeah, baby. All right, people, respect.